Let me ask you something. When was the last time you shopped online at 2 a.m. or on a Sunday evening or during your lunch break on a random Wednesday? The thing is, we all do it. Online shopping doesn't follow office hours. It happens when we have a free moment. Late at night, early morning, weekends, holidays. But here's the problem. When you needed help during those moments, a quick question about sizing, shipping times, or whether something's actually in stock, what happened? You either got nothing or you got a message saying we'll get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. And by then, you'd already bought it somewhere else. This isn't just a feeling, the data backs it up. Approximately 65% of all online shopping happens outside traditional business hours. That's evenings, weekends, holidays, the times when most customer service teams are offline. Think about that for a second. 65%. That means only 35% of your customers are shopping when you actually have someone available to help them. And it gets worse. The majority of customer questions come in when human support is unavailable. So not only are most people shopping when you're closed, they're also the ones who need the most help. This is the disconnect we're dealing with. Your customers are shopping around the clock. Your support team works in a shift. And in that gap, that's where you're losing sales. Now let's say that someone does shop during your business hours. Great, right? Well, not exactly. Customers expect live chat replies in under 45 seconds. That's it. 45 seconds. After that, satisfaction starts dropping. And after 1 to 2 minutes of waiting, you've basically lost them. Let me put this in perspective. Most people won't wait more than 30 to 60 seconds for a chat response before they start getting frustrated. And these aren't patient, committed buyers we're talking about. Pre-purchase visitors, the ones who haven't bought yet, who are just browsing, trying to decide, they're the least patient of all. They abandon fastest. Think about it like a leaky bucket. Every second someone waits, water drains out. And after a minute or two, the bucket's just entirely empty. So what actually happens when customers can't get quick answers? 57% of shoppers will abandon a purchase if their questions aren't answered quickly. More than half. Just gone. And it doesn't stop there. 89% of customers will switch brands entirely after a poor customer experience. Not just abandon one purchase, but actively switch to your competitor, maybe even permanently. Meanwhile, 53% of consumers say that fast response time is the single most important factor in customer support. Not politeness, not even expertise, but speed. The message is clear. Speed isn't a nice to have, it's the deciding factor. And if you can't deliver it, someone else will. Now, some of you might be thinking, we have chat. We've got one of those chatbots on our site. But here's the thing, not all chat is created equal. Traditional non-AI chat generally falls into two categories. Either it's a live chat that requires a human to be there, which means it only works during office hours and depends on how fast your team can type. Or it's one of those old school rule-based chatbots that can only answer questions it's been specifically programmed to handle. You've seen them. You click on the chat and it says, please select from the following options. And none of the options are what you need. So you type your actual question and it says something like, I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. Please choose from these options. That's not help. That's a dead end with extra steps. And when humans are offline, traditional live chat just shows leave a message or we are currently unavailable, which means that again, 65% of your shopping traffic, the evening and weekend crowd, just gets nothing. The thing is, non-AI chat completely fails when humans are offline. It's a solution designed for a problem that existed 10 years ago, not for how people shop today. And here's the final piece of the puzzle. Customer expectations aren't staying the same. They're going up. AI is becoming integrated into daily life. People use voice assistants, they chat with AI for customer service on major platforms. We're getting used to instant, intelligent responses. AI chatbot usage in customer support grew from 5% to over 80% in roughly 5 years. That's not gradual adoption, that's a tidal wave. Your customers now expect instant answers, 24/7 availability, intelligent responses. And if they don't get that from you, they'll find someone who provides it. AI chat is now critical for conversion, customer experience, and revenue. It's just not optional anymore. So what does it look like when this actually works? Let me show you 3 very different stores that have solved this problem using Clerk.io's chat tool. First, let's look at a home appliances store. They sell washing machines, dishwashers, refrigerators, and so on. The kind of stuff people usually heavily research before buying. Imagine someone's home at 10 p.m. Their washing machine just broke. They need a new one, they're browsing the site, and they have a lot of specific requirements. What's the energy rating? Will this fit in my kitchen space? How fast can you deliver? What's my budget? Without AI chat, they'd hit a wall. Leave a message and we'll reply tomorrow. And by tomorrow, they've already bought it from someone else. With Clerk Chat though, they type their question in natural language, stating the dimensions, brand preference, budget, and the urgency all in a single message. The chat understands budgets and brands, so when they say, I prefer gram and it must cost below 7,000 crowns, it filters accordingly. And here's what's clever. The chat uses smart categories. So when someone asks for refrigerators, it shows actual refrigerators, freestanding, built-in, mini fridges, not cleaning products or accessories that just happen to be cheaper. It understands what you actually mean. And sorting works naturally too. They can say, show me the cheapest fridges, and it sorts correctly. No drop-downs, no filters to click, just ask. The best part, all of this works with the product data that the store already syncs to Clerk. Dimensions, energy ratings, stock levels, delivery times, you name it. There's no massive setup project. If the data already exists, the chat can use it. Next, a home decor store. This is high-end design. Furniture, accessories, lamps, very aesthetic driven, where customers often want advice on what goes together with what. So let's say someone's redecorating their living room. They've been browsing for a while, looked at a few sofas, some coffee tables, maybe a lamp. Now they open the chat and ask, which of the sofas I looked at is best for a minimalist living room? Here's where it gets interesting. The chat has access to their visitor history. It remembers the products they viewed during the session. So it can actually answer that question, comparing items they've browsed earlier without them having to describe each one again. Then they might ask, what coffee table would go well with this? The chat suggests complementary items that match the style. It's not just pulling random products. It's using the same recommendation engine that powers the store's on-site suggestions. And then maybe they ask, what's your return policy on furniture? The chat pulls that answer instantly from the store's content pages. Blog posts, policy pages, about us, anything the store has published becomes knowledge that the chat can use. But let's say they have a more complex issue. Maybe they ordered something last week and it arrived damaged. They type, I need to speak to someone about a damaged delivery. The chat recognizes this needs a human. It forwards the inquiry to a customer service email address with all the context so they can follow up properly. No dead ends, just a smooth handoff when it's actually needed. The result is higher basket sizes, more confident purchases, and customers who feel genuinely helped, whether the chat solved it directly or connected them with the right person. Finally, a supplement store selling supplements and vitamins for fitness enthusiasts. This is a market where customers have very specific questions. Ingredients, dosages, how different products work together, and so on. Imagine someone's new to supplements. They open the chat and ask, I want to start taking creatine. What do you recommend I start with? The chat responds with beginner-friendly options. But here's what's smart. It adapts to how they ask. If they say, show me all the best premium creatine options, it prioritizes higher-end products. If they want the cheapest, it sorts by price. These priority modes happen automatically based on how they phrase the question. Then they follow up with, what other kinds of supplements can I benefit from when I'm just getting into this? And the chat gives them a personalized overview. Protein powder, omega-3s, maybe a basic multivitamin based on their goals. Finally, they say, also show me omega-3 fish oil, and just like that, they get the relevant products. The chat intelligently decides how to present results too. Sometimes a direct answer with the product names and price, sometimes a product slider for browsing, sometimes a recommendation with reasoning. It all depends on what the question calls for. Traditional FAQ pages would never handle this kind of back and forth. You'd need a support team on standby 24/7 to have these personalized conversations. So to round off, your customers shop 24/7. They expect instant answers. They won't wait more than a minute. And if they don't get help, they leave, potentially forever. Traditional chat fails outside office hours. Old chatbots frustrate more than they help. And hiring enough staff to cover every time zone, every late night, every holiday weekend, that's just not realistic. AI chat isn't the future anymore. It's the baseline expectation. And stores that adopt it see 3 to 4 times higher conversion among chat users. The question isn't whether you need AI chat. The question is how much longer you can afford to wait.